gonna see if it's live on YouTube as well. So let me test it. I see that there's a few people here.
How can you tell?
Oh, it's telling me that we've got 6 people watching.
Okay.
So,
Beautiful.
It's live on YouTube as well. So let me. All right. Okay. Okay. So we can either watch this on YouTube or we can watch it here. It's up to you. You're cool with this? You're cool with this right here? Okay, so who is logged in? If you could just let me know, for those of you who are logged in, let me know in the chat box. Give me a thumbs up where you're logged in from. Hi, Liberty. Hey, Bella. I actually want to see if we can see the comments. Yes, perfect. We can see the comments from BeLive, which is good. Now, do you see any comments on your side, Danny? No.
Yes, I do. I see Liberty and Kamira.
Oh,
hey, girls.
Hey, fellas. Okay. Yes, yes. Yippee. Okay. Hi, Kamira. All right, beauties. Okay, so I am.
You can comment there too.
Yeah. Oh, you can comment as well, Danny. Can you on your side?
I don't think so. No, I can't.
Okay, that's all. It's all good. All right.
But I can talk. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so Bellas, I am so excited to have you guys here. I get to share my beautiful Danny with you guys. Some of you are already familiar with her. A few of you have been working with her. But for most of you, I have not been able to do anything with Danny live. So this is like a moment for me because I have been working with Danny for a minute, and I kind of, what I wanted to do, Danny, is I wanted to tell everybody kind of like how I met you first. So I just kind of go into that. So hi, Liberty, Claudia, Jazz, for those of you who are joining in, thanks, Bellas. It's buffering. Oh.
Maybe the connection a little bit shaky.
Maybe it's, I will close that. How's that now? Is that better? I closed the YouTube.
Liz likes to keep a million tabs open.
It's better now.
Probably why.
Yeah, I think because I had YouTube opened as well, and we're going live on YouTube. So that's why. It's probably why. Okay, perfect. All right. So I originally met this beautiful Bella here at one of her events. I actually spoke at a couple of Danny's events. She puts on these amazing women's empowerment events. And I spoke at a couple. And can you hear me, Danny? Yes.
Yes.
Danny, can you hear me? Oh, perfect. Okay. So I spoke at a couple of her events. One of the things that, I've never said this to you, but one of the things that really stood out to me, Danny, I came out to the event, and I'm an event planner. Like, I love event planning, and I'm very meticulous. Like, I see the little things, and and I was looking around, and I was looking at some of your like marketing materials and just tiny little things that made such a huge difference with the decor, with your setup, and I was like, okay, like, this chick like knows her stuff, And I even remember asking you a couple of things. I'm like, oh, where did you get this designed, or who made this board for you, or and you're like, oh, no, I did it. But, it's what I do. It's kind of like the other business that I own, and I'm like, hold on, what? What? Because at no point, when we were going back and forth, I had already spoken at the first event, and then at the second event, at no point did you tell me that you were a graphic designer, a web designer, that you also have a printing company, correct? Right? So I was like, wait a second, we need to connect. Like, I need you in my life. And you were like, yeah, give me a call. We'll we'll just let you know what you need, and we'll go from there. And I remember our very first phone call. We were talking about my website, and you said, okay, well, give me the site. I'll go over it. I'll let you know what's going on.
This was almost a year ago.
Yeah.
A long time ago, yeah.
Yeah. And then I remember you reached out and, hi, Shanika. And I remember the first thing you said was, yeah, the site is nice. Like, don't be so hard on yourself. But, yeah, your brand is a little all over the place.
I did say that.
Really? I'm like, what do you mean? You're like, well,
Yeah.
like 7 or 8 different fonts, and then you've got like your colors, like your orange is like a certain orange on one page, and then on another page it's a different orange, and then it's just like I think you probably didn't have like a brand board.
Exactly, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you're right, I don't have one. You're like, oh no, Dad, I can tell. I feel
like I was so blunt with you that day.
No, but it was like I needed it, and you were like, even your cursive, like, on one, I see on a couple pages you have like the Quigley font, but then on other pages it's a different cursive writing and it's a whole different font. So yeah, we just need to clean it up. Yeah, but little did I know that we were about to create a whole new website. Like,
it was so much fun though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you had a really good time. And it was just, by the time you sent me a list of everything that needed to change and needed to be, fixed or added or edited, and it was all stuff that I had noticed myself. And I was like, you know what? By the time we do all of this, we're pretty much creating a new website.
Yeah.
So I was just like, girl.
I think we went back and forth deciding.
We did. And I was just like, because I was holding on to like all the money I had spent on that site.
And it was a beautiful site. It was gorgeous. I loved it. There was so much information, so many pictures. Whoever did it did an amazing job, for sure. Yeah.
Not compared to what I got right now.
Yeah, I can
like, oh my God, but I was like, okay, I had enough conversations with you to know that I could trust you, and and your input and just your authenticity and your honesty and your purity, and just, I was like, you know what, girl, I'm going to give you ownership of this. Do what you do. There was a few times where I was like, I don't like that. Can you? And you're like, yeah, okay. And then you would change it up. You're like, oh, I don't like the change. Can you put it back to what it was?
Yeah.
Right.
It was such a collaboration. Like, I can't even say it was all you. I can't say it was all me. It was such a partnership in the way that we did it. And that's how sites are meant to be made. They're not supposed to be like, here's information, let me know it's done. It has to be, you want to feel a part of it. And that's how it is when you do any sort of branding. You should feel a part of it. It's your brand, right? You want to take ownership.
Yeah. And I felt that. I have to say, like, you really did, you made me feel included every part, every moment, even when you're changing something, okay, well, Liz, you know what, I'm going to change this, just want to give you a heads up. And I was like, okay, girl, you do your thing. But I think what made this partnership and this journey so amazing for me was the fact that I let go. I was like, take it, do your thing. You are the designer, not me. You are, that's not my gift. That's not what I do. So I was like, this is the thing. If I'm hiring a web designer, graphic designer, someone to help me with my brand, I'm hiring you, the person, like, I'm paying them. I need to trust that you're going to, otherwise I'll go design it myself. So
exactly.
So that was really, I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the fact that I could sit back and let you be the artist. Yeah.
I think when it a lot of business owners, especially female business owners, they know that sometimes it's very hard to, let someone who's talented in a certain area do their own thing. And sometimes you have to hire outside of your own talents or your art, right? So I think that it was a huge moment of growth for you too, and for myself to kind of be individualized and have to do it on my own, and for you to let go. So
Yeah.
huge for us both.
Yeah, that was amazing. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, so you don't think I'm bringing in just some little chiquita I found, online. No, this was like a months and months of relationship building and unity and collaboration. So I'm just so grateful for it. You first hired me, and then I turned around and hired you. Like, how amazing!
Yeah,
No?
right. Yes,
Yeah,
and that's
like
how it should be. Girls need to help each other out, honestly.
Yeah. So that's beautiful. So what we want to talk about, and what I wanted to bring Danni here to talk about, was, personal branding. And I have, been having so many conversations with people in the last, week or two, new, aspiring, or even curious entrepreneurs who seem to think, just by no fault of their own, just that they don't have a brand, and that, you don't have a brand until you officially launch a business, or until you launch your website. And what I want to make very clear, Danni, and maybe you can kind of help me out here because you are the bro. I think it's called personal branding because you are a person, and no matter what you think, whether you have a business or not, you have a personal brand. If you're dating, you're being a certain person on the dating scene. If you work, at an office, a 9 to 5, you go to work, you have a brand at work. You're, whether you are all these different types of people, like if you're like a different person at work than you are at home, that's a whole other, like, how do we, right? Like, let's talk about what really is a personal brand, and how to solidify your brand, because really that's what we're going to talk about. Is you're going to share some ways on how to solidify your brand. But if you could just touch on what it means to have a personal brand, and why, no matter whether you own a business or not, why you actually do have a brand.
So the way that I best explain this to people who are just starting up a business, or just starting to create their branding, so all the things that go along with branding, I tell them that it's so important at the beginning of your business stages to solidify your brand, because your brand, like you said, it represents you. I think that there are so many big companies out there that they're so big it doesn't matter. Like the person who founded that company, they maybe in the beginning stages when it was a small business, it started off like what they want to represent themselves. And in entrepreneurship, you have to figure out, what your core values are, what the personality that you have, and then translate that to your brand, because you are your brand. So for example, Shani, I think she's on here, Shanika, she is a photographer, and you can tell she has a very elegant, soft, mature, and she has a strong personality. And you can see that throughout the photography and the brand that she carries out. So everyone, and Liz, she's very bubbly. She's got a very strong personality. She's always happy, always positive, and you can see that throughout her brand. Her colors are yellow and orange. So I think that it's really important to, do some research on the colors that you're picking and the brand that you're trying to represent through those colors and those fonts or whatever it is. And it has to represent you, because it's, at the end of the day, how are you going to represent something? How are you going to push a brand if you don't believe in it yourself? You know what I mean? Yeah, that was a long-worded answer, but
no. And so, would you agree? I mean, okay, like, you don't have a business yet, for instance, like Shanika, she's got her photography business, but Mary Jane, who is on Instagram, on Facebook, maybe even on YouTube, whatever, she's got social media platforms. Now, would you agree that despite her not having a business, she's still putting out something? There's a brand that she's putting out, whether whether it's drama posts, whether it is negative posts, uplifting, inspirational quotes, like, she's got a brand.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, definitely agree. It's you are your brand, whether it becomes a business, whether it becomes something monetary, whether it doesn't, it's you are your brand and you're representing it through everything that you do, the things that you eat, the things that you post, the words that you say. That's your brand is yourself. Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, I love that. And especially when you said what you post, what you eat, what you do, like, it's a part, you are building a brand. So if it's, you know, an employer who's going to, hey, let me go check out Danni's Instagram page and see what she's all about. Is she really about what she's got here on her resume?
Right.
Or am I going to go to Danni's page and she is like, it's all negativity and this and that. Like, so it's like two different brands here.
Exactly. Yeah. You have to be careful how you represent yourself, because whether it's for a job or whether it's for business, like you are representing your own personality. So you have to be very, not cautious, but I think you have to think it through, like be genuine throughout.
And don't put something out there that you're going to regret.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can't take it back. Right. Okay. So I know that you got some things to share with us.
Yes.
And you wanted to share 3 ways to solidify your brand.
Yes.
Now, I love the first one.
Yeah. The most important one, I think.
Most important. Yeah. So
do you want to read them off, or you want me to?
No, you girl. This is you.
Okay. So put together 3 ways that you guys can solidify your brand. Those 3 ways, I'm going to go through all of them, but the first one is your why. Very important. Second is kind of a trifecta. It's your mission, your vision, and your values. For those who don't know what that is yet, I will definitely go through all of them. And then the third one is your representation. So that's more so like your fonts and your colors and what you take from your why and your mission, vision, values, and how you represent it as a business now. So the first one is your why. Your why is why you do everything that you do, why you get up in the morning, why you partake in the business that you do, why are you passionate about certain things. So like Liz was saying, your why is not just why you do your business, but it's why you do everything that you do. So I think that when people think about their why, sometimes they think less deep. They don't think as deep as they should. Your why should be as deep as why you are the person that you are. So I think that in order to solidify your brand, you really need to think about your why and why you do everything that you do. And that will forecast the rest of your business, if you get what I mean, right? So for example, sorry to say, but I think that if you don't have a strong why and you're not genuine to your why, it's not true to you, you will not succeed in business, unfortunately. If you could have an amazing business plan, great action plan, you know all the steps that you need to take, but if your why is not strong, you will not succeed. You'll be representing fake, you won't be genuine. But if you have a strong why, honestly, it doesn't matter. It matters, but it doesn't matter what your business plan is. If your why is strong, you will succeed and you will get to where you want to go. Whether it's in a year, 3 years, 4 years, whatever it is, if you have a strong why, it will drive you and it will push your ambition to get there. So your why is very, very important.
That's so powerful, Danni. And I'm thinking of so many different situations where I know of, people, women in particular, because that's what I work with, who didn't have a strong enough why, or their why wasn't, how do I say this?
Aligned. Wasn't
aligned with their soul. So it may be, well, I want to do this because Mary Jane is doing it.
Yeah.
And he's doing really well. And look at what she's created and look how she's, so it could be something that you're seeing someone else do and you want to do it more for that, more than, well, I just want to inspire women.
It's true. Like you really have to, for lack of better words, know yourself and be true to yourself and, take some time to reflect. Like, is this something that really represents me and it's something that I really, really want to do? Is this truly my why? Prior to, my why is I want to inspire women and I want to impact the community. not everyone actually wants to do that. So I think really taking that time to reflect and to think, why do I do what I want to do? Why do I want to do this? And is it something that I'm gonna be true to? So your why, very, very important.
Awesome. I love that. Okay. And then number two.
So number two is your mission, your vision, and your values. So I think that a lot of people, all three, yes. I think a lot of people get it confused when it comes to what means what. But I'm going to go through what they all mean. Your mission is what you need to do in order to achieve what you want to do. Let me go back and explain the vision, and it'll make a little more sense. Your vision is what your organization or what you wish to achieve. So it's you overarching in a sense. So it's what you achieve to be or what you strive to be in the future. So for example, my vision could be to impact women worldwide. That's my vision. That's what I see myself. That's how I envision the business or envision my personal brand. My mission is what do I need to do in order to achieve that vision? So if I want to impact women worldwide, I need to.
I like this.
So my mission is what I need to do in order to get there. So that could be the steps that I need to take. That means I need to constantly impact women on a daily basis in life and in business. That could be my mission, to impact individual lives until it reaches a large scale. That's my mission. That's what I know that I need to do. That's my mission to achieve my vision. Does that make sense? So your vision is driven by your mission. Yeah.
I love that. So simple and but simple. So
important, right?
Yes.
And then your values are like your code of ethics. So that's like what defines you as a person, what defines you as a brand. So that's like what the organization or what the personal brand believes in. So these are like your moral direction, your guide to your decision making. So values are pretty much the morals, and that's what's going to be hopefully followed and carried out throughout the brand. So for example, for me, if my mission was to impact women worldwide, my values will be loyalty, being true to yourself, inspiring, empowering women. So things like that. Mission, vision, and values.
And you know what? It's so interesting that you're saying that, because as you share that, Danni, that's what's written all over you. Meeting you in person, you can feel that. Watching you on social media or at work, you can see and feel that. Like it's just so deep. It's so deep to really like know your why and know your your values. Like if you tell me your values, one of them is compassion. Really? Like are you really a compassionate person? Because like, I don't see that. Like, I think that's just really deep. I love that you're sharing that in such a simple way.
Thank you. I think that is really important for whatever your business is, whether it's not even a business yet, whether it's just, you have a personal brand and you're representing yourself on social media, and maybe one day you do want to create a brand or a business out of it. I think that you really need to reevaluate prior to moving forward with any sort of marketing. What is your why? What's your vision? Where do you envision yourself or your business? What your mission is, how you're going to get there, and what does your business stand for? What do you stand for? So your values, very important before any sort of marketing, or you will be kind of lost. And if you're at a point where you haven't thought about those things, or you haven't written it down, and you haven't taken time to reflect on those things, now is the time. Now, well, we're in quarantine. We have so much time now to reflect on those things prior to moving forward.
But and when you say prior to moving forward, I know what you mean, because I kind of did it a little backwards too. I wasn't clear on my why when I first started. Right. I wasn't clear on my values. I wasn't clear on I kind of had a vision. But had I had all of this like written out in stone, my vision, my mission, my values, my why, oh my goodness, before you even start anything, that
Yeah.
just gives you so much clarity and direction.
Exactly. Great word to use for sure.
Yeah.
I think it really, I think a lot of people, when they start their business, they're kind of scattered. I don't know. For me, especially when I started becoming an entrepreneur, I was super scattered. So if I had taken the time, I think, to go through, my mission, my vision, my values, my why, I think it would have been so much more clear, concise, and it would have been like tunnel vision. Like I know exactly what I want to do, versus being all over the place. Like I want to do this, but I also want to do this, and I'm not too sure what you stand for, right?
Yeah. And
I'm listening. I'm gonna grab a charger.
Huh?
I'm listening. I'm gonna grab a charger.
Oh, okay. Hold on. So Claudia's saying, what about a feeling? Chasing a feeling instead of a vision. Interesting, Claudia.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So what about a feeling? Chasing a feeling instead of a vision.
I think that she would have to explain what she means by that.
Yeah, can you explain a little, Claudia? So I think what so if you're getting a feeling, that feeling somehow is connected to a vision, though.
I agree with that. I think that if you're chasing a feeling, it's a feeling that wants to be fulfilled, whether it's for yourself or a feeling that you want to fulfill for others. So whether, you can definitely chase a feeling when it comes to having a vision. The vision is just to fulfill that feeling.
Mm. Did we? So Claudia, I'm trying to understand what you meant by that. I'm guessing because I know actually Claudia was just here with me today. I'm guessing because I know what Claudia is doing and working on. There's a feeling of something that you're yearning for, this feeling, but you're not quite sure what the vision is.
Yes.
Perfectly said. Okay, that part. Yeah. So, I'm guessing it's that part, Claudia, that you said perfectly said. And what I would hold on. Yeah, it's hard to type out what I'm thinking of. Okay. So am I correct in saying that you're getting these feelings, but you don't quite know what the vision is? All of that, she said. Okay.
She's adorable. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, she really is adorable. Yes, yearning. It's a vision with intention. Yes,
exactly. That's exactly what it is. I think that your vision is to fulfill those feelings.
Yeah.
Fulfill, and honestly, sometimes your why has to do with you. And I think that that's perfect. I think that if, for example, I want to impact women because when I was growing up, I didn't have a platform to impact me as a woman and growing up. I had an amazing mom. I had great support surrounding me, but my why has a lot to do with what I was searching for and what I was looking for to fulfill for myself and for people who, maybe lacked that growing up. So I think that your why and your vision have a lot to do with what you're looking for. So I think that that's, I never really thought of that. That's amazing.
That's powerful. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Claudia.
Yeah, that's powerful. Yeah.
Very.
I tend to say quite often, anyone who knows me, I don't know, Danni, you might have heard me say this before too. I believe one of the first things we need to do as new or aspiring or curious entrepreneurs, business owners, women in general, just overall, is get connected with how you want to feel. Once you connect with how you feel. So for instance, if Danni, if you said, Liz, I want to feel joy. I want to feel sexy. Well, now I can say, okay, well, I'm clear with how I want to feel. Now, what do I
Mm-hmm.
need to do to get me to feel those ways, to feel that way?
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know?
And I think even deeper than that, think of
Mhm.
why, or reflect on why you want to feel joy. Why
Yes.
are you yearning for this joy? You know, figure out the reason as to why, and it will be so much clearer on how to get there too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So feelings don't lie. They're little messengers. They don't go away.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't go away. You know, if you're feeling sad, you're not going crazy. You know, there's
Mm-hmm.
something there. So
Yeah.
pay attention to your feelings for sure. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
then well, thanks, Danny. That was powerful. And then so get clear with your why.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, your why drives everything, and your
Agreed.
why
Yeah.
also drives your mission, your vision, and your values, which is number two. So the
Mm-hmm.
second way to solidify your brand is to get clear. Don't do anything. Do not create a website. Do not do any marketing. Don't buy any Facebook ads. Don't sell
Yeah.
any services. If you do not have your why written out, and I remember, oh my God, this brings me to one of the questions you asked me when you were doing my site. You said,
Mm-hmm.
you said, you said, what do you do? Why do you do it? I had to answer this in the questionnaire. Why do you do it? And how do you want people to feel when they come to your website?
Mm.
Something like that. And I
Mm-hmm.
answered,
I think that was in our first consultation, right? That's what I
yeah,
do with everybody, and sometimes they're like, "Oh, I'm not too sure. Like, I think I got to think about it." And I was like, "No, you know it. Just say it.
yeah,
Tell me
yeah,
what do you
yes,
exactly, because you know it. You're a brand. You know exactly how you want people to feel. Just
right.
start thinking about it and
Ooh,
express it. You know?
yeah. And I remember saying, I remember writing mine out, and I was like, I think I still have it. And I was like, oh, I want people to feel like alive and energetic and loved and real. I want them to feel like, oh, this chick is real. Like, and I remember saying,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to hang with her. I just want to like be around her or something. And
Yeah.
because I was thinking, like, how do I want people to feel? Because your website really is just an extension. It's supposed to be an extension of who you are. You know,
Agreed. Yeah.
you're the brand, especially if
Mm-hmm.
it's different if you're like selling, paper. You're selling colorful paper.
Yeah.
You're not really,
Mm-hmm.
it's not really you, right? But when you are the
Yeah.
brand, it's an extension of who you are. So,
Mm-hmm.
and honestly, when I go to the site, Danny, I see exactly how I told you I want people to feel. And everyone who's went on the site, they're like, oh my God. Even my sister was like, your website looks like you. She goes, never mind your photos
I
are
love
there.
it.
It just looks and feels like you. And that
Yeah.
sister was amazing because that's my sister. No one knows me
Mm-hmm.
better than her, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I love that you asked those questions, because I think
Mm-hmm.
that was where I was really able to partner with you, collaborate,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yes.
So, yeah. So anyway, and then the third thing, so get those two things out of the way,
Yes.
most important, before you do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is where I did things backwards. And then the third, representation.
Yes.
And I
Representation.
all backwards.
Which is fine, you know. I feel like sometimes when we're creating a business, we get excited and we're kind of like, like how am I going to market this? Let me start putting out some advertisements. And you know what? Sometimes you have to do what you got to do in order to get your business afloat. But it's very, very, very noble and smart of you, I think, to have taken that step back and not, have this ego like, oh, my business is already solidified. I don't need to think about all these things. For you to kind of check yourself and take a step back and, actually think about all those things. How do I want people to feel? Let me rethink my why. Let me rethink my mission, vision, values. And then now we have a clearer idea of how we want to represent the brand. And now if you look at all of your social media and your Instagram and your YouTube and your Facebook, it's all consistent. Like you could take away the logo and take away the name. And if I were to show you an image, that that's this looks like my brand. This looks like, and you see photos all the time and you're like, oh, this matches my brand. I should use it as a quote photo or post it on my story, because everything, you're almost looking for it now because you know exactly what is represented by you.
That is so amazing. Like, I'll tell you why. Because like when I go like far back into my feed, into my Instagram feed, Danni, I'm like,
yeah,
I just need it all deleted. Like, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like you go back into like prior to having this brand that was like purposely designed, I go back and I was like scrolling the other day and I'm like, okay, I just need to put aside a full hour this week to like go and clean all of that up.
Yeah. And I think that some people, I had a client once and she was kind of like, why do I need to make everything the same color? And why can't I just post, different things from different color schemes or different fonts and stuff like that? And I said, to be honest, you could if you really want to. But when it comes to clients, they build a certain type of trust when they see consistency throughout your brand. So like if I were to take away the name and the logo, if I were to see a picture, even if you're not in it, I could see, oh my gosh, this looks like Liz. And I build that mental awareness for like catch an eye for your brand. For example, sometimes I'm going to use Shanika again with her photos. I could see a photo, and I've seen so much of Shanika's work, and it's different for photography because they use the same kind of editing. It's the same photos, they have a certain style. But if I were to see a photo and I didn't even know Shanika took it or she didn't edit it, I would be able to be like, oh, I think that looks like Shanika's photo. That looks like her. That recognition and that trust. And I think that when it comes to your Instagram or it comes to the colors and the fonts of your branding, it all needs to stay consistent so that that's powerful branding. If you can look at something and be like, oh, that looks like that brand. Like when you see the big M, that that's McDonald's. Or if you see
the Nike,
anything fitness related, Nike, that's very powerful branding. When people build that trust and that recognition for your brand, you've done a good job with branding. And that's why all your colors and all your fonts, everything needs to be consistent. And I think that people think that, oh, I don't need to do that. I'm never going to be like a huge brand, but it makes a huge, huge, huge difference.
That is, oh my gosh, this is like my conversation. Some of my clients are logged in here. This is like my conversation all the time. Like, and sometimes I feel so bad because like, I'll go through like, their pages and I'll be like, okay, no, you need to clean up your page. Well, why? But that's my little brother. And like, and I'm like, no. I'm not saying you can't post your little brother and your little sister and your mom. But when your pictures are going for definition, very low lighting, it was terrible photography. Like just like, if you want to build a brand, you want it to be clean and a lot. McDonald's just read my mind. Oh my God, stop it. Right? Then, like it should be. And like you said, you can post it if you want. Like my Instagram feed, Danni, is not all the photos that I post. They're not all my brand colors, but they're brights, very clean, so very high definition photos, amazing lighting.
Yeah.
Even if it is like me sitting on my couch and my back wall, which is yellow on that side, even if it's just that wall, I'm not wearing the colors. My sofa's not my brand colors, but that little bit of yellow in the back, right? And then maybe the next photo will be me by the water. Well, guess what? None of my brand colors are in there, but the lighting is crisp. The clarity in my eye, so it's not always has to be your brand colors, but your brand feel.
Yes. Oh, yes, totally agree.
Right? Like that photo of me by the water or me drinking a smoothie or whatever, that's aligned with my brand.
And even your captions, the fact that you're maybe smiling, whatever is being represented, through that picture's worth 1,000 words, right? So like you can tell that it's very aligned with what you're, and I think because we had whatever conversation we did, and because you're so in tune with your why and your mission, vision, values, it's very clear throughout, and you can tell.
That's deep. I think for so many people now that just
I know I saw Nazi. Danny just blew my mind.
Danny just blew my mind. Yeah, because it's like little things, you know. I think a lot of people just don't understand. Like, well, I don't get it. So if my brand colors are black, white, and rose pink, or plush pink, does that mean I have to always wear black, white, and plush pink? No,
of course not. I think it's so much deeper than colors. I know I kept saying colors and fonts, but a brand is a lot deeper than just that. Like, I think as you can even go as far as the color orange, it's considered a positivity color. It's considered a fierce color, right? So even going as far as doing research into colors, the way that study your colors, the way that certain colors make you feel. You know, someone the other day wanted to launch like a fitness brand, and they wanted to use like a baby blue. Like it was like a baby, kind of like it looked like a sad blue. That's what I was calling it. And, you know, I told her maybe we should do some research on that color prior to launching any sort of fitness brand, because, you know, the association with that color isn't like bright, happy, energetic. And that's what you want a fitness brand to be. You want it to be, you know, uplifting, and it shouldn't be soft and gentle, because that's not, you know, unless that's what your fitness brand is all about. Usually it isn't. It's more like uplifting, and I want to be healthy, and I want to, so like colors like green, bright yellow, orange, that's fierce. And, you know, so do your research on your colors prior to picking, whether it sparks a feeling in you or it sparks a feeling over history of what the color is meant to represent. Then because there's a lot of psychological feelings when it comes to colors. So colors important, but the feel is very, very important of your brand.
Carla said on the website now. What'd she say?
Love the website.
Liz and Danni. I know, me too. And Carla's like family. She's like blood cousin family. Like literally, like that's like my. I love her. Carla, tell me, does the site not look like me or what? Carla is the founder of one of the largest wedding planning one-stop shop studios in Toronto.
That's
they
amazing.
do 150 weddings a year. And I remember when Carla first started her wedding planning studio, we were literally, I kind of like started it with her. We were in an office that was the size of my bathroom. Okay, a little bit bigger than my bathroom right now. And now she has like the building and this massive studio. She has
that's amazing.
Yeah, like a decor warehouse. And she's just, I watched her build this empire literally before my eyes.
You can't forget your small beginnings. That's so incredible.
Yes.
And congratulations to you, Carla.
Yeah,
totally Carla. With you. Oh, thank you.
So I'm so glad that we're on this color thing, because I did get some questions.
Okay.
And one of them was exactly like aligned to what you just said. So I want to touch on it because I did do a color study. I don't know if I had to, even like I did this like maybe 4 years ago. So I do understand colors. I know what each one represents. It's not a coincidence that my colors are orange, yellow, pink, and then blue. It's not because of what they represent, but those were my colors even before I understood that. Right?
Yes.
So let's see. Nazi's saying,
I saw that.
Bella, yes. Orange is aligned with you with 6th chakra, which is
with your 6th chakra.
Yeah.
With chakra.
Creativity, pleasure, and emotions. Sad blue.
Sad blue. She's talking about when I said the blue is a sad blue.
It totally matches you. Okay, so now you shared those 3 things. I'm going to ask a few questions because actually this is already 45 minutes. Can you believe that?
I know.
So the first was your why. You've got to be clear with your why before you do anything, because it drives everything else you do. Your mission, your vision, and your values, which is number 2. Write out your mission, your vision, and your values before you do any marketing, before you talk to anybody, sit down, spend some time with yourself and get clear with that. And then the third is the representation. This is your colors, your patterns, your fonts, really your style guide. I don't even know what I would do right now. Like I will never live my life again without a style guide. Right? You remember like when I was sending you all my different PDFs and they were like different fonts and different colors?
Oh my gosh.
And I was like,
it kind of upset me so much because, especially as a designer, it was all over the place. I was having OCD hardcore. I was like, I'm just going to redo these for you because these are all over the place.
So Daniela is like, oh my gosh, like you've taken my workbooks and my templates and my worksheets that, you know, I hand out and I give out to my clients. And you've just turned them into these beautiful pieces that are so aligned with my brand. Like, oh my gosh. But at first she was just like, yeah, these PDFs are a little bit all over the place and they all look different.
Yeah.
And so if you guys want your PDFs or an ebook or whatever design, you need to hit up Danni.
Okay. Thank you.
So I'm going to share just a few of the questions. One of them I'll share right now because this one kind of just, you just spoke on it.
Okay.
So should I, or do I need to choose colors that are best for appearance or what they stand for, or colors that I actually love? For instance, I'm a financial advisor, and yes, green is the color that most financial advisors or people working in the financial industry use. Or second to that, they use blue. But I don't like either colors. I do want to start my business, and it is around what I currently do at work, but I don't like either of those colors.
I think it's a strong mix of both. I wouldn't want to say bye, Kamira. Oh, but I'm back now. Sorry.
I'm back now. Yeah.
I think that it's a mix of both. If you don't like those colors, then you won't feel genuine pushing those colors. Like if I hate the color blue, I'm sorry to use blue again. I don't really like the color blue. So I will never pick that as a brand color to represent me, because every single time I'll kind of have this like kind of feeling of I don't feel represented through this. So I think it's a strong mix of a color that you really love along with colors that look good for your brand. And remind you, there's so many different hues and different ways to represent a color. Like there's, like if you've ever been to a paint store, there's blood orange, there's like highlighter orange, there's like a dark orange, there's tangerine orange, you know? So there's so many ways you can play on certain colors. So if you don't like blue and you don't like green, honestly, don't use those colors, because you won't feel like it's representing you, and your brand is going to represent you. Unless like Liz said, if you're just selling paper and you don't have an emotional connection to the brand, you're just selling products and your face isn't on the brand, then don't use you don't have to really care for the colors. But if you want to be represented through your brand, pick colors both that you love and that is going to represent the brand. And remember that you can pick different colors on the color wheel, different hues, as well as you're not limited to one color. You can use, Liz has like four colors. Sometimes it drives me crazy, but you know what? They all represent her, and they all blend together in a way, in their own way. So, pick one color that you love then, and one color that you think represents and looks good with the type of business that you're going to launch. So, and if you need some help, you can send me a message and I can help the colors for you.
Yeah, she's actually in here earlier. So, yeah. Okay, perfect. So I hope that answered your question. Let me see. Okay, so these questions were, actually a few of the ladies from the Sweet Spot, they sent me these questions as well. So one lady said, I don't have a business yet, but I love all things health, skincare, herbs, gardening, but I'm a nurse. I want to start posting the things that I'm most passionate about because it's a part of my everyday life and who I am. But I'm fearful of what people will think and don't know how to start. They really only know me as being a nurse. They don't really know all these other things that I'm super passionate about and are a part of my everyday life. Where do I start and how?
This is going to sound like a very blunt answer. I think she should just start. Yeah.
So I was going back and forth with her, and I was like, do you mind if I use this question for tonight's live? And I don't know if she's in here, but she was like, yeah, no, not at all. So really how we were going back and forth. And Danni, you would be so surprised how many women I have spoken to, even very recently, who have joined the Sweet Spot membership club, that they are super passionate about this one thing. It's the business they want to launch. It's the blog they want to start. It's the movement they want to get on. But nobody really knows this about them. And so they're super intimidated to start posting or to start or just to get the movement started. And what I said to her was, before you even start that business, before you start doing that business, you need to be that business.
Agreed. Yeah. I think, and she said that it's part of her lifestyle and it's something that she already does. And health is totally aligned with being a nurse. People will kind of be like, oh, I'm surprised she hasn't been posting this from before. It's almost like, oh, like I assume that she always did this. I'm surprised that she hasn't been sharing it. So I think that it's different if, say, I'm a personal trainer and all of a sudden I want to start promoting something completely left field. Like I want to promote a brand of alcohol, it's a little bit controversial, but in terms of you're a nurse and she wants to start promoting health things and her herbs and stuff, completely aligned. I think that people will be so grateful to see that nurses are actually in tune with their health that way. So I think that they'll actually really like that.
And also too, Danni, it kind of speaks to, there are so many women who, like, for instance, I'm super passionate about youth empowerment. Like, say, for instance, I am, but I'm talking about someone else. Like, this is a whole different person. I'm passionate about youth empowerment, community justice, whatever it is, right? Well, the first thing I do, even while I'm on these calls with, like, in my discovery calls, I'll go to your page and I'll be like, okay, so what's your Instagram page? And I'll go to your Instagram page and I'll be like, well, I'm on your Instagram page, but I don't see anything here about youth empowerment.
Yeah.
So I think what people need to really get from this session is be that. Before you even begin to do it, be it. Like, start implementing that.
Deep.
Yeah, like start implementing that in your brand, in your messaging. When you're out and you're with friends, talk about these things. When you're on social media, use the platform to spread the message, to get it started.
Totally, yeah. You have to represent it prior to pushing it.
Yeah.
You can't just market it from like a blind eye, like you have to represent it from your core, from you. And that's the only way that people will see it's genuine.
Or you can't just pop up and be like, hey guys, I started a youth empowerment business today. Support me.
Yeah.
What?
People can not only blatantly see that you've never, you could have always felt
there you go.
You could have always felt that way about youth empowerment and you've always wanted to do it. But if you're not showing that side of yourself and all of a sudden you pop up and, like you said, pop up with, hey, I started this business, people won't be able to make that connection of, she's really passionate about what she does because they've never seen that side of you. So,
Yeah.
you have to, I agree, you definitely have to represent yourself that way.
Yeah. I'm going to use Jessica as an example because I do believe she's still here. Jess, right? Jessica's here. So Jessica just graduated from school. She is super passionate. She's actually going to be connecting with you as well, Danni, but she's super passionate, all things health and yoga and fitness. And that is her.
That's my realm. I love it.
Yeah, totally. Because you're co-owner of a gym, correct? With your
Yes.
with your fiance.
Oh, good. Nice try there. Oh, good try.
Oh, yeah,
boyfriend.
Her life partner. But yeah, so what I love about what Jessica's doing, like super love. So we all, or maybe we don't, have heard of the know, like, and trust factor. Know, like, and trust.
Yes.
Let me know you first. I'm going to watch you. I'm going to know you. I'm going to be observing your posts, watching you. All of a sudden, I'm going to be like, I like this chick. I like the posts. Because she's laughing. She's consistent, okay, I'm feeling her. All of a sudden now, it went from knowing to liking. I like you. Now I'm probably going to follow you because I want to get your updates and I want to get your posts and I want to be notified when you post something. And then all of a sudden now, I trust her. How does that happen? It happens through consistency and it happens through sharing. Now, when Jessica is ready, because she just graduated from school, Jessica, what was the exact name of your program again? So now when Jessica is ready to sell, Danni, when she starts selling her coaching program, guess what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Going to succeed. Because she's been building this message and this brand around all things health for nothing in return. She wasn't asking for your money. She's not selling anything. She's simply building her brand.
She's she is the brand. Yeah.
Yes. And now when she puts out that program, she's going to do really well. So she didn't just pop up. She's not going to pop up next month and be like, hey guys, so I'm selling a nutrition program. Holistic nutrition. Yes. I'm selling this adding mindset coaching. Yeah. Which I love. Oh my gosh. It just, her whole plan and her whole vision is just incredible. So it's not like she just, popped up and was like, I've got this coaching program, guys, buy it. But then prior to that, she was posting maybe party pics, her girlfriends, just whatever. And then the next day she's selling a holistic coaching program. Wait.
Yeah. People will kind of be like, huh?
Wait, right? So I say this to say, I want to encourage for those of you who are logged in here and you don't have a business yet. You're not selling a product yet. Whatever it is that you're passionate about, start to create your brand around that passion. Be that passion, be that thing, whatever that thing is for you. And that leads me to one other question, and then we'll end this that I really want to share with you, Danni. I was like, I have to make sure. Okay, this one. So, hey, Liz, not sure if you've heard of this in the past, but have you ever worked with anyone or know of anyone who has created a landing page that stands as a bio, even though they don't have a business yet? I was in a webinar, which we obviously have heard of that. I was in a webinar where a woman said she had a landing page where she would capture emails. The landing page had her bio, her passions, what she wants to do, and a freebie. Oh, and her social media links. She did this. Her main intention was to build her email list. I love this message. And I love it because that is so bomb. Like, that is
it's
so
smart. It's very forward thinking. I actually know two, I don't know if she's collecting emails, but I know two girls who, they don't have a business. They have a very strong lifestyle that they share on social media, and they're very active on social media. And they have a website. They just have a landing page where they post, some of their higher quality photos, little bio on what they do for a living and what they like, and that's kind of it. Like there's no, they're not looking for anything. I think they post like some of the videos that they edit and some of the photography that they do. Maybe they're gonna do photography someday. Like it's super genuine, and it's kind of, they just have this website. I think that's so forward thinking,
right?
And it's very selfless of them almost.
Yes. I was like, oh my God, like I love this. And if I were starting all over right now and I wasn't, necessarily ready to like start the business, launch the business, but I kind of know where I'm going and I know what my passions are and I kind of have an idea of what I want to do, Danni, I'd so be like, girl, I need you to create a landing page for me, my bio, my passions, and I'm going, and all my social media links, of course. And I do know a couple people who have done this, and they actually have it on as their signature for their emails.
Yeah.
That link is in their signature so every time they compose an email, that link, that landing page is on there. I think that's so dope.
It's really smart. Yeah. I've never thought of it myself, but I've seen it done, and I totally respect it. I think it's amazing. Smart.
One of the things I love most about it, Danni, I have to say, because I did this backwards, and if I had done this in the beginning, I swear I'd be a millionaire. If I had
We're on the right track though now.
Yeah.
You got it in the bag.
Yes, we are. If I had built an email list from the beginning,
you'd have thousands, millions of emails. It's crazy.
Like I maybe have like, oh my God, put it this way, under 1,000, that's for sure. Maybe like 600-700, because I don't collect, like it was never a priority. It was never, I just started getting on that, started. But
I think people really need to, whether you use MailChimp or any other mass email and like those email collecting scheduled emails kind of app. I don't think I know of any other ones. MailChimp seems to be like the go-to for everything. But but MailChimp, you guys need to get on, collect emails, gather them up. Whether you're planning to send out a mass email today, tomorrow, next year, it's a great thing to have if you have any sort of passion for entrepreneurship or being your own business. It's very underlooked, and it's not one of those things that they'll teach you like in business school or anything.
Yeah.
Definitely not. And it's,
Yeah. So the answer is, if you are logged in here, the answer is yes. Yes, you absolutely need to do that. Now, in saying that, we are going to wrap up. And we are actually doing a personal branding challenge inside the Sweet Spot Membership Club. I'm inviting you guys to be a part of it. Even if you just want to be a part of it for a month, we are opening up the doors. We're letting you come in at $13.99 a month. And if you say, you know what, $13.99 a month, I'm going to do this challenge. I'm going to build my personal brand, and then I'm checking out. Hey, that's on you. But I don't think you'll check out. I think you'll really love the community in there. We're creating and building something phenomenal. The Sweet Spot Membership Club is for new and aspiring and curious entrepreneurs who are ready to up-level in their life and their business. So join us for this challenge. Join us for the month of June. We're literally going to be speaking on personal branding. And the challenge is going to include how to create your message, which really, revolves around your story.
Yeah, we touched on it today, but now we're actually going to
dive in. Yeah.
Dive in and build it together. Yeah.
Yes. And creating your mission, your vision, and your values. What that means, what does it look like, how to create it, how to write it out, and of course, getting clear with your colors. We're going to dive into that. We're going to break down the different colors, what they mean, what they stand for. And then the fourth thing is getting clear with your target audience.
That's huge. so huge. Oh my.
If you do not know who your target audience is, guess what? You're speaking to everyone, and guess who's listening? No one.
Yeah. It's sad to say, but it's true.
It's true.
You got to find a
It's
niche.
true.
You really do.
There's a difference between, hey, woman, I want to talk to you versus, if you are going through a divorce, if you're recently separated, you are a co-parent, there's a difference. Oh, woman versus, divorce, separated, co-parenting, oh, that's me. Hey, right? So, how to get super clear with your target audience. And I'm really excited for this. I'm excited for everything that's happening in the Sweet Spot right now. And we're inviting you. We're inviting you to be a part of it. If you want to join just for the month, let us know. And I have received a couple of emails for the free 5-month membership that Claudia, who I believe is still in here, Claudia is actually sponsoring Bella, one of you, a 5-month membership in the Sweet Spot. For those of you, if you are interested in that membership and you want this 5 months free in the Sweet Spot, send me an email at coaching@elizabeth.correia.com. I want you to tell me your why. Why do you want to be in there? What are you working on? And why do you need this community? Because it's a community. The Sweet Spot Membership Club is a community of like-minded women who are, stepping up and getting ready to step out. So why? What is your why? Why do you want to do what you're planning and thinking of doing? And really your reason, like, how will you benefit from this? Why do you want to be in this community with us? So send me an email at coaching@elizabethcorreia.com. And I am going to pick my Bella by Friday, and I will announce her. So Claudia is sponsoring 5 months. If you want this, even though it's only $13.99 for now, because the regular.
Claudia, that is so awesome of you, by the way. I just want to say that is so amazing. I think that there are so many women, especially right now with quarantine, and a lot of us aren't working right now. There's so many women that could benefit from this, but maybe can't afford it at the moment. So very, very amazing of you. And I think that an amazing woman, whoever Liz picks, is going to bloom out of this and create such a kick-ass business, honestly. So thank you for doing that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we're so excited. We're going to have Danny's going to be teaching some sessions in there. I've got industry gurus and experts who are going to be in there teaching classes, master classes. There's so much goodness happening right now. So I'm excited to see who's going to win that. That is awesome, Claudia. Right, Kamira? Like, seriously. Oh, and Kamira's asking, what is her Instagram?
So I have
two,
a bunch of them, but I have two. My personal, if you want to follow me there, it's Danni.lifts, like lifts weights, _ Danni.lifts. And then my business page for the graphic design is the.creativelab.
You know what, Kamira, if you go to my Instagram, I actually tagged her in a bunch of posts today. So just click on that. I've tagged actually both pages. I tagged both the Creative Lab and that's perfect. So you'll see it there. Oh my gosh, Danni, I love you.
Yes, love you too.
Such a sweet, precious soul. So genuine, so authentic. I love how you just, you in so many ways, in every way, you represent woman's empowerment.
Thank you.
And I know you heard me say something at your event where I said, a lot of women, I want to be about women's empowerment and I want to empower women. And, because of their own brokenness and what's happening or what's happened in their life and in their past, their story, they genuinely deep down, there's a space in there that wants that, but they don't really like women yet. And so there's a blockage there, but you walk it, you talk it, you just, everything about you is so precious and so beautiful. And I appreciate you so much. And thank you for just walking into my life.
Oh, Liz is going to make me cry. Oh my God.
No,
oh, stop.
Don't cry. Right?
I'm getting a little watery. It's the dust in the air right now.
You're amazing. You're
Thank
amazing.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on here. I had so much fun. If you guys
Yeah.
have any more questions for me, definitely let me know.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can connect a little bit deeper and more personally in the sweet spot. Yeah.
Yes, I'm excited for that.
Me too. Yeah.
Liberty. Yes, thanks, Liberty. Nazi, thanks, Bella. Nazi's in the sweet spot too. So is Jeff. So is
Yay.
Liberty. Yeah. So I'm
Oh,
really
it's
excited.
gonna be so fun.
It is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we love you, ladies. Thanks, Kamira.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Bella. And we'll talk to you soon. Just remember that you guys are the light of the world, and more than ever in history, the world needs more light. The world needs you. So get out there and shine your light. We love you. Ciao. Bye, Danni.
Bye.